It's Red Eye Radio. Gary McNamara and Eric Harley talk about everything from politics to social issues and news of the day. Whether you're up late or you're just starting your day, welcome to the show. From the Uniden America Studios, this is Red Eye Radio.
All across the USA and around the world, we are Red Eye Radio. He is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Good morning. We've made it to a Friday, but the insanity continues. You know, yesterday we were talking about, and we played the audio cut of Jennifer Granholm saying that she believes that we can have a 100% electric vehicle military fleet by, what was it, 2034? Whenever
I thought she said 2030.
It was 2030, yeah. Okay, 2030. And I thought they just meant, you know, staff cars and things like that. Apparently they don't.
No. In fact, they mentioned non-vehicle fleet in the reports that I saw.
That's what, and the Republicans were stating, excuse me, electric tanks, and I haven't seen anywhere. And then I've gone back and I've looked at what Biden said, and Biden's talking about an entire 100% climate-friendly all military vehicles, which means tanks.
Yeah.
If that's what they mean, I mean, what is there a word that's beyond insanity? Is there a word that can describe it past insanity? You know, when they were talking about it, I don't know why I should be better at this, because I just assumed they can't be that crazy where they're actually talking about military vehicles, whether it's transport trucks, whatever, out in the real field. Because as you know, when they're out there, they constantly need to be refueled, and so refueling, gasoline tankers are always out there in order to get the convoy going. We remember what happened in the Ukraine to the Russian army, correct?
Yeah.
They couldn't get the gasoline up there. Are we going to be transferring batteries in convoys?
I've been asking about the portability for a long time. And now if you bring this into it, we'll just, hey, if the enemy could just hold off, we're going to need about 4 hours to recharge.
I'm just, and that's what I'm thinking yesterday. She's just talking about, the vehicles that will run around the Pentagon, or the vehicles that are, used at Army bases. I'm not thinking Jeeps, troop transport trucks, ammo trucks, tanks.
Yeah.
And apparently, because I haven't seen any pushback over the last 48 hours to the Republicans and other critics of it, I haven't seen them say that. So now I'm under the impression, oh my God, I got to realize these are Democrats. If they believe that we can run, they're promoting the fact that we can run the entire United States grid on solar and wind, and say they don't care about whether U.S. citizens have it. My God, are they actually trying to say we are going to destroy our ability?
Yeah.
Are they talking about an all-electric Air Force yet?
Gliders. Here's what you do.
Oh,
now, never mind the fact that you need to launch a glider. It requires another craft to do that. No, leave that part out. We'll contract from the private sector on that.
Can we have electric? How about electric rockets? How about electric missiles?
Yeah.
Because think about it, they're adding to we need electric missiles.
Slingshots.
We'll put a long wire that will shoot
catapult.
A catapult. Because Granholm, I'm sorry, Michigan, she's an idiot. I do think we can get there as well. Granholm said this is the whole thing when we were talking about the Representative Wesley Hunt and how great he was talking about guns and the fact that we see that he's got a great future inside the Republican Party because he went to West Point, got a mechanical engineering degree, he's got a business degree, he's got a ton of different degrees on a bunch of different things. He flew Apache helicopters. He's somebody who understands how the real world works, and he understands mechanics. But for Granholm to come out and actually say, and by the way, she should have been pounded on this by Republicans, I do think that reducing our reliance on the volatility of globally traded fossil fuels, where we know that global events like the war in Ukraine can jack up prices for people back home, does not contribute to energy security. How stupid does she think we are?
Well, here's the thing. What I would say to her is, number one, what we should have a reserve. What we could call it is because this is strategy, so you would call it a strategic. You would fill it with oil. Strategic petroleum. Follow me. Strategic petroleum reserve is what I would call it. And I would fill it to make sure that no geopolitical disruption in supply would keep us from. Listen, I know it's radical. I may get fired for saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's what I would first propose. Let's build us a reserve.
But so what she's saying is we already have a strategic petroleum reserve, as Eric has just sarcastically let us all know, and we have unlimited capability when it comes to defending our country to produce oil and whatever we would need. A majority of that would be oil, but oil and natural gas for whatever energies we need for national defense. Yeah. We have more than we will ever need for national defense, and it's all produced here in the United States. She's saying that I don't think we should be reducing the reliance on the volatility of globally traded fossil fuels. No, we have it here. We have it here. You can actually make a deal. You can actually make a deal with American oil companies and buy as much oil as you want, and even enlarge the strategic petroleum reserve, and also with the trillions of dollars we spend, ensure that there's an emergency capability for the United States to get as much oil in war as we need from United States sources. Meanwhile, we don't have what it takes to electrify the fleet in the United States. A significant portion of it, maybe a majority of it, we have to get from governments that aren't friendly with us. Ms. Granholm, you're an idiot, is what somebody should have said at that congressional hearing the other day.
You would have sounded smarter. Of course, you would. Look, she's already a radical, so why would she be concerned about sounding more radical? You would sound a lot more radical, but you would sound smarter if you said, we should just do away with the military.
Why go through all the
expense? If you're going to tie their hands, then just undo it all. Because I would argue, as insane as it sounds, and that's only because it's insane, at least it would save the lives and you wouldn't put those service members at risk.
And then she says, and I think energy security is achieved when we have the homegrown clean energy that is abundant like you see in Iowa. So she's talking about ethanol. I mean, just what an idiot. Yeah. What an absolute idiot. And I hate to name call, but I don't know when absolutely all you need is the basis of elementary school critical thinking to know it. But again, she's attempting. She doesn't even believe it. She's lying. She knows. She's lying in order to push a narrative.
I was waiting for her to come out and say, listen, there's this new technology. Wind-powered boats and ships. Yeah, they're called sailboats.
Remember that? Who was talking about that we brought up?
Was it was a digital artist rendering of this new technology.
Yeah, new technology.
It's not new.
And what did they call it?
Wind-powered ships.
Oh, was it? Okay, they called it wind-powered ships. Okay.
Right.
And we just went, and they showed this artist rendering, and it was a sailboat.
I'm going to invent.
Sales on the
I'm going to invent solar-powered tanning beds. It'll basically just be a lawn chair, but it is going to be a solar-powered tanning bed business and industry, and it will thrive. I can sell lawn chairs for $2,000. You can have this solar-powered tanning bed
in your yard. Wow, I love the idea. Solar panel tanning bed.
Yes. Actually, no panel is required.
You get an
just the chair.
You get an
itself.
$11.99 lounge chair and sell it for $1,000.
Solar powered tanning bed.
And idiots would buy it
all day. A wind powered ship. It's called a sailboat. We did that. We already did that.
The new technology.
It's where we are. Because they don't think
we live in a nation
in terms of strategy.
Idiots.
Our commander-in-chief doesn't think in terms of strategy. Why would his energy secretary?
I think you have the best idea. Just drop the military. Don't spend money to make the...
Don't put our military in direct line of fire, in direct harm's way, even though this would, of course, mean the end of our nation if we don't have a military.
Of course,
I understand when we include logic into
but
my
it doesn't matter.
insanity.
Doesn't matter. The nation sucks anyway. Go ahead.
But if you're going to just set them out there directly in front of, in close proximity of the enemy, then just undo it all and let them stay here, along with the rest of us sitting ducks. You're a moron. And I hope she never rises to the level of defense secretary. Dear God, please let us elect another president in November of next year.
Now, what I'm wondering is she going further because now I just found this here, the new plan unveiled in February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the climate strategy
right.
calls.
That's what she was. I think that's what she was.
Well, no, because
about,
this one calls for service emissions cut, and additionally, the strategy aims to establish an all-electric, light-duty, non-tactical vehicle fleet by 2027. But that's not what they said.
No,
that's not what she said yesterday, and that's not what the president has said at other times.
Right.
So that may exist in the Pentagon, but that's not what they've been saying.
Right. No,
they haven't specified.
You're right. What she was asked about was what the president was promoting, not something that the Pentagon was promoting. Because if you're talking about converting part of your non-tactical fleet, and these would be vehicles that are only going to serve on a base.
Right. They got nothing to do with
They're not even going to be in service in any one outing for long. They're going to, make a drive out to a flight line or up to the base headquarters and then back, and they're on a charging station. Now, we can talk about the expenditures and the efficiency of it, and is it money well spent? But if it's non-tactical, we can have that discussion.
Right. But she didn't say non-tactical, and neither did he in the comments there. And what the Pentagon's talking about is that's why I assume that's what she was talking about. Mm-hmm. And then I said, well, wait a minute, she didn't. And some of the critics said she didn't say non-tactical. I went, right. Oh my God, she didn't. And I have to believe. I'm sorry, but if they believe that the entire United States grid can run on wind and solar, then I'm stupid not to think that they don't believe that the military can run on all electric vehicles.
Because she brought up again the geopolitical disruptions of basically the oil supply.
Right.
And what she's implying here is that our military would be limited by that disruption. Of course, stepping around the whole SPR thing.
I would like her to clarify whether it's non-tactical or not.
She needs to.
Yes. 866-90 Red Eye.
It is a milestone for an important animal disease protection and prevention training tool.
The training and exercise program this year is celebrating our 10th anniversary.
Barbara Porter Spalding of USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service Veterinary Services says this national program includes volunteers conducting various exercises to prepare for the potential of an animal disease emergency.
This is a program that pretty much runs on volunteers, and those volunteers have come from across veterinary services, the rest of APHIS. They've come from states and industry too. Industry jumps onto our development activities and helps us design these exercises.
Users of these various tabletop and simulated exercises include state veterinary offices and animal health industry members working on preparation for possible outbreaks of diseases like African swine fever or highly pathogenic avian influenza. I'm Ron Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
This report is made possible by Cenex Roadmaster XL Premium Diesel and Citgo Lubricants.
Coming up, more with Gary McNamara and Eric Harley. It's Red Eye Radio.
Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara, 866-90 Red Eye. I'm sorry, I'm just shaking my head because I think about looking at that story yesterday from Granholm and thinking, well, obviously she has to be talking about non-tactical vehicles. And I started reading some stories today and went, well, wait a minute. She's getting criticism. Where's the defense back that where's her defense back that these are just non-tactical vehicles we're talking about that need to be electrified in the military? I started thinking, well, wait a minute. These are the same people that believe you can run the entire economy on solar and wind. That's impossible. You can't do it. And they keep promoting that you can. And I said, so, my God, is that what she was actually promoting? Because then it started bringing up, the critics started saying, what, electric tanks? And I haven't seen any. I expect the pushback to come saying, stop it, don't exaggerate it. We're not talking about electric tanks. And I haven't seen that yet. And so I'm sorry, but the worst of my thoughts of what liberals will do pop into my head going, my God, is this their actual goal? Now, that will never get through Congress.
No.
That will never get through Congress.
No.
Even Democrats will vote against that.
Yeah.
They will get Democrats. But if that is the case, if that is their goal, understand the insanity of the left.
No, I mean, if that's their vision, think about that.
Right, if that's their vision.
You would be better. It would be better accepted if you just say we should dismantle the military.
Yeah, just get rid of it all. We don't need it.
No. Seriously, catapults and slingshots and gliders. They won't even hear us coming.
How do you get the gliders in the air?
Catapults and slingshots.
Hold on, guys. I was going to say go to a very high cliff.
Yeah, right. Hold on, guys.
Launch everything off Mount Washington.
Just launch it.
Go around the world.
Yeah. I mean,
I know.
My ideas aren't any more insane than hers. No. At least mine are fun.
They need to clarify whether they are talking specifically tactical vehicles or non-tactical vehicles.
Right. If you're talking about non-tactical fleets,
if it's just for running around base, whatever,
right.
We can talk about the inefficiency and the expense
discussion.
Of it. Yes,
we can have those discussions,
yes.
And the practicality of it all and everything else. Because, I mean, if something happened and a war hit home, then you would need those vehicles. They would become tactical vehicles. So that would be, again, part of that overall discussion that we could have.
Yep.
You're listening to Red Eye Radio. from the Uniden America Studios.
And he is Eric Carly, and I'm Gary McNamara, 86690 Red Eye. All right, you ready for our audio cut of the month? Audio cut of the week.
Well, it is the end of the month. This is the last show in April that we'll be doing, so it could be the audio cut of the month.
All right, we're back for Commie Day.
Woo!
May Day.
Yeah.
A lot of people may not understand that, but remember when the Soviet Union on May Day used to pull out all the parades at Red Square with all the missiles? They'd have
this very good holiday.
All their ICBMs would be out.
The parade, the Red Square. It's a very good time. Actually, for me, it's always been the distress signal, which is perfect. Help.
Oh, yeah, May Day. That's true. Yeah, May Day. Here it is. Right. There's only one thing it could be this week, because with the president announcing he's going to run again, many people believe this is the presidential campaign of Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's not going to make it to 86 as president of the United States.
Right.
His cognitive abilities are, decreasing rapidly. And there's a lot of signs out there, and every single day something focuses on it, whether he, yesterday forgetting where he was, that he went to Ireland. And
Yeah. What's the last time you traveled out of the country? Oh, I don't remember the last time.
Right.
It was just last week.
And then the, as we know, the cheat sheet and everything else. Everything relates to it every single day. Every single day there's something on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't get away with it. And then it becomes part of pop culture, because the cheat sheet is now part of pop culture. That's the thing. These are the things that are just so bizarre and weird. And as I said, the thing that got me was not that he had a cheat sheet, but the fact that the cameras got the actual text of the cheat sheet so clear.
Yeah.
If it was all blurred, we believe it's a cheat sheet. Okay, that story's gone. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you could read it, and the fact that the first question, and I don't care what the LA Times says, it wasn't exactly written the way that she asked it, but it related to the things that he had written down there.
Yeah, right.
And everybody knows it. Yeah. And so that doesn't go away. But Harris is the focal point because and this has been brought up in the last couple of days by both Democrats and Republicans. I think Van Jones brought it up. Yeah, Van Jones, you can't get more liberal than him. He brought up, says, look, what you got to realize is this is about Kamala Harris. They got to do something, because that is a legit concern for even Democrats, that if Biden is and independents, if Biden can't serve out the term, she becomes president of the United States. Yeah. And even though Biden hit record low numbers in the Gallup poll yesterday for his presidency, she polls even worse. Yeah. Why? Well, here is an example.
So I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
She's smoking weed.
I know that's. Yeah, I got a lot of response on that comment yesterday. They went, yeah. And a lot of people appreciated us playing the Animal House clip, that short clip, because it did really. That's what I thought when I listened to the entire thing. I went, "Wow, that's the Animal House clip with what's his name, Donald Sutherland."
Yeah,
I'm just like,
can I buy some pot from you? I forgot about that catchphrase from that movie.
Yes,
but that was a catchphrase from when someone would just kind of go off and ramble.
And when I hear that, that's the response I expect to her after she says it. Can I buy some pot from you? Because I'm sorry, but that's the stereotype. Maybe it's when, we went to college, but that's when, when I went to college.
In the roaring 20s.
50 years, half a century ago. Oh, my God.
Before cell phones. No, before landlines.
No, not before landlines, but during party lines.
Please, get this wire to my family.
Wow, man, Gary, you're old. You had a party line? That must have been fun. So everybody was partying on the phone. No. The party line was not $3.99 per minute kind of line. No, that wasn't that. No. That's more than one household shared the phone.
Yeah, it's when your neighbors would listen in on everything you said.
But when you said that yesterday, and I can't get it out of my mind, that's why I keep thinking of the Animal House afterwards. When she's done talking, it's like, can I buy some pot from you? Because it really does sound like, the stereotype of kids sitting around in college, everybody smoking pot, and someone trying to act intelligent and just talking gobbledygook. Because that's what that was right there.
Yeah.
So that's, oh my gosh. So
it's like they send her out each time. It's like, just say things. Well, what should I say? Things.
But what's amazing is the repetition, how it happens constantly, and they have to know that's a criticism. That, look, you need to stick to what's on the teleprompter. You got to start making points. We can go back to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Let's go back to that movie. Forget about Animal House.
Mm-hmm.
What Steve Martin said to John Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Have a point.
Yeah.
But in politics,
she focuses on whatever the word or short phrase is and just keeps regurgitating it.
And it makes no sense. Like, well, what did you just say? What is that? And I will say this. I have never, ever seen that before, what she brings to the table and how she does that in any other politician ever. With the consistency that she does it. I've never seen this before. This is brand new.
No, it's empty. If Bernie Sanders were the vice president, every time it would be, Bernie doing his thing. He'd be wrong, and we'd be, wow, would we be in trouble.
Well, I will say.
We would know, all right, that's what he's promoting is communism. You'd have Carville out there criticizing him. Our vice president is a communist. But
not Biden, but it'd be easy. What Sanders would say, you're a college student and you can't make it because of the billionaires. Therefore, the billionaires should pay for your college. At least
don't focus on time because you have no time left.
Right, but at least there's a message there. I understand the message.
Right.
We could play the audio cut again and say, do you agree or disagree with Kamala Harris?
All right, let's play it.
Okay, we'll play one more time. All right. And then we'll ask the question. Here we go.
So I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
Do you agree or disagree with her?
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know. We were talking about conviction earlier. She speaks with the conviction of somebody who was always going back to bed. I'm going back to bed.
Oh my.
She's really not even enunciating. It's like, she's someone who's like half awake when you call them.
Yeah.
Hello? What? I don't know. At this moment in time, I just want to go back to bed. That's what she always sounds like.
Wow, it's just amazing.
Wow. No conviction whatsoever. No conviction whatsoever.
More like a wandering kind of thought process. Is that how you'd view it? I'm telling you, that is whatever that style is. It is completely and totally unique to American politics. To the point where you hear it and you got to play it over and over again, and I don't know what she's saying. I don't know what she's saying. What is she saying? I don't know. No, I don't have any idea. Well, this is really unique. A politician speaking, and at the end, you have no idea whether you agree with them or not because you have no idea what they've just said.
You know, you put that up against Congressman Wesley Hunt.
Yeah.
Night and day difference. And it's exactly what, it's exactly what you see. Wow, there's somebody who knows how things work, Wesley Hunt. There's somebody who wants to just go back to bed. Kamala Harris.
All right, in other news, we need to get this. Trump has retired Crooked Hillary, and now it's Crooked Joe. From Crooked Hillary to Crooked Joe.
Well, it does apply.
I was trying to think. I said, because they're coming out, I think he could have called Biden and that would have been the same instead of just retiring Crooked. And I was looking for something more imaginative. But it'll work. I mean, it's effective. I mean, it's...
Well, I think that's the game here because the nickname thing doesn't really... It's not going to apply in the broad way that in the broad sense that it did before with so many people, right? But I think it does apply for Joe Biden. I don't know if it'll work ultimately in the end, but you look at it and you apply it while the whole Hunter thing is more and more things are developing by the day, then, okay.
And the thing that's different than Hillary is Hillary was the server, and this is, and we read the poll where 56% of Americans already believe, because remember, the specific Chinese story of that 1.3 million, that's brand new. That's really, it's like a month and a half, 2 months old.
Right.
The influence peddling was there, and Americans believe he enriched himself. But when 56% of Americans already believe that the family got Chinese money from Chinese sources related to the Chinese government, that's really bad. And so when you focus on that and say crooked because he took Chinese money, that's a whole different ballgame than Hillary Clinton put a server in her home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people understand you are enriching yourself.
Yeah. And
national security they don't care about, but if you
right, exactly.
But if you're
whether he's compromised or not,
no, I mean for Hillary, they didn't care whether she was.
Oh yeah, well either one, right?
People got top secrets. National security didn't matter. But Biden enriching himself, that matter. Both of them matter. But
yes,
but this one's just more relatable that people get upset. Okay. You're using your office to make money and from one of our enemies.
Yeah, it is more understandable.
Yes.
People have a full understanding of that part of it. Yes.
866-90-RED-I.
Lines open for your calls. 866-90-RED-I on Red Eye Radio.
It's Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Carly, and I'm Gary McNamara. This is the perfect way to end the week. Transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney once declared it should be illegal when journalists do not refer to her by her preferred pronoun. In an October 22nd TikTok video titled Adult Bullies, Mulvaney detailed the hate she received since launching her Days of Girlhood series online. Telling followers, I didn't know what I was signing up for when I started this. Turning to the press, she had a bone to pick with conservative news outlets that refused to use her pronouns, said it should be illegal for journalists to use the wrong pronouns. Understand the philosophy that they have.
Right.
Understand, as we said, the number one, the women face, the making fun of women, the basically stereotyping of women, the sexism that exists in the liberal radical transgender activist movement, the misogyny that exists, as we know, when it comes to advocating surgery, genital mutilation for minors without parents' permission, or just in general mutilation of children. We can add now fascism to it.
Yep.
Arrest people that don't use the
go
right
to jail
pronouns.
for things you say.
My God.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.